They go fucking Young Lean in the credits, man. Holy fucking Christ. Holy fucking Christ. That was what? Yo, A24 don't fucking miss, dude. Except with X. Talk to me. I just saw an early screening. That was fucking amazing. I am freaking geeking off of that, dude. That was fucking terrifying. That was fucking terrifying. Oh my god. There was a fucking moment. I'll just say a slap happens. The impact sound of this slap made all of my hairs everywhere on my body just explode. The performances, bro. I loved it. I fucking loved it. Talk to Me. The latest film from Danny and Michael. I forgot. RackaRacka on YouTube. They got a movie on A24, and I just saw a slightly early screening of it yesterday. There was quite a bit of buzz about the movie, talking about how it's one of the scariest A24 films yet. And had I not known that buzz, I wouldn't have been as excited, because I do think the trailer does make it out to look like kind of a standard affair. But this is anything but your typical horror movie. Oh yeah, this shit is pretty fucking creative, man. It had me kind of shook at points. There were points where I was literally just like, for like 3 minutes straight, just pure like fucking terror. You know, a horror movie's good, or is working, when like even during the not scary moments, just like the regular conversations, you just have this feeling of unease because you know like the real shit is coming, and you're just like... So there are a few things this film does that are different than what you'd usually get. 3 things in particular that I think make this film stand out. One of those 3 things is something you have seen before, but it's just one of those things that whenever a film does it, like a horror film, it improves it. First of all, I want to point out the way this film handles and dishes out its scares is crazy. In the trailer, I thought the whole hand thing, like, talk to me, I thought it looked a little gimmicky. Nah, the way they use it was insanely novel and exciting, unpredictable. Every time, like, the hand got used, I was like, what the fuck's gonna happen this time? It really was an effective method of getting those scares across, because it was new, and you were right there with the teenagers in the discovery. Like, the main cast, it's all comprised of just these young people who are doing this sort of for fun as like a little party trick, and you fuck around, you find out, basically. And like the way they're so drawn to it is so real, and it actually ties into some pretty scary real life themes. Things like grief, depression, addiction. And that's kind of what grounded the paranormal into something that felt real. And that's the second thing I want to talk about. It relates the scares to real life scary things. Things that are horrifying to actually go through. And I think any horror film that does that, normally that's the thing, I feel like that improves it. That was the thing I was talking about, like Hereditary and The Babadook, I think are effective because they kind of relate to real life mental problems, trauma, illnesses. So when you see that world and the paranormal like collide, there's real stakes. So it gets under your skin more. This film does that extremely well. The stakes are established brilliantly. Mia, played by Sophie Wilde, she is phenomenal in this movie. She carries this whole fucking movie. You are right there with her every step of the way. It's a very intimately driven film as far as you in the lead. You're right there with this character the whole time. She's like the anchoring point for you, the reference point for you. Most of this entire film is her perspective, basically. Yeah, she did not fail to convince me about anything she was going through. She was an incredible lead actor for this film. And the third thing I want to talk about that is different from other films in this variety that Talk to Me pulls off really well is it doesn't they don't bring in like a priest or like a ghost expert like in The Conjuring or something, like in The Nun, Pray for the Devil, or any number of like paranormal demons possessing people fucking movies. They normally like think to call in, who would know what to do about this? How do we dispel the demon? Let's get like fucking Father Jeremy, and then he pulls up with like a cross and they, you know, sort of dispel the demon. That's kind of normally how it goes. In this film, you're just with the teenagers. They're just like, they don't know what the fuck's going on. They're scrambling to find a solution. They don't want to tell anyone about it because they're convinced they wouldn't believe them because they wouldn't. And you're just right there in the shit with them, with that like chaotic, frantic, they're just hooked on finding what the hell they're supposed to do, because like it's paranormal shit, it's spirits. They don't really fully understand how they work. Whenever they try to find a solution, they're just like, oh, I don't know, maybe if we tried like doing this, maybe that will do something. Sometimes they'll try things that they think are gonna help and they just make things fucking worse, and they're just like freaking out, and things just escalate so well in this movie, and it just leaves you so like fucking like panic mode, bro. And the imagery in this movie, oh my god, when the film does want to cut to some like gross shit, it lands. When she said like, I'll let you in, oh my god. There were a few moments where oh my god, there is a scene where somebody sort of wakes up and they start behaving pretty intensely. Wow. I can't really fault much about this movie. I mean, some of the acting, I think, from the supporting cast was a little bit unconvincing in a few more serious scenes. Particularly one at a bus stop, I thought was a little janky in its delivery and writing. And there was a few unresolved things too. It ends pretty abruptly. Like, it ended in an appropriate way. Like, I like the note they ended it off on was cool, but I do think there were a couple things just left hanging, particularly involving the lead character's dad. I'm a little fuzzy on that. Maybe that was me being an idiot though, but I don't know. I feel like certain things got a little sidestepped. There's a lot going on. At no point was I ever not interested in where it was going. The pace was crazy. The opening scene was fire. It was like this one take intro just sort of setting you up for what the fuck we're in for, and then the title card appears. I was like, yo. It was a crazy intro. Oh, the way it built up to the hand. Like, you know, like for a minute, it leaves you for a minute. Like, when are we gonna get to the like? I was like, yo, a chunk of the movie has happened, and we still haven't. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are we? They built up so good. I thought that pace was really effective, man. And I gotta shout out this fucking kid. Fuck me, incredible performance from this guy. I gotta look up who that is. That dude really sold everything. To me, I was really impressed with that kid. Obviously, what scares you is fully subjective. Someone might watch this and be completely unfazed by it. But here's what I think works even like really well in the favor of this movie. I can't speak. Most horror movies, if the scare factor does not land, if the horror elements aren't working for you, the surrounding story, it's normally pretty naff. Like Evil Dead Rise was that for me. People like that movie a lot. I was pretty mixed on it. I didn't really care for it. So I was just kind of mostly bored because the horror shit wasn't working for me. So the story that I had to watch in that film just did not interest me. This movie, I don't think will have that same problem, to be honest. Even the people that probably don't like it as much, I still think they will probably have a hook in this film that they want to see unfold. Like the actual story, the actual stakes, the plot, the characters, what they're going through, the way it presents it to you was genuinely like a good film. It was like a good story, you know? Like even if the horror shit didn't freak me out like it did, I still feel like I would have been entertained by the acting and the writing. The way it looks, the camera movements were unconventional. They were sick. Quite a few times in this film I was thinking like there's no like bland shot, reverse shot. The lighting always has a consistent atmosphere. Like the way the film looks is very eye-catching. Yeah. Go see Talk to Me when it comes out in 3 days. Yeah, go see it. It's fresh. Alright, that's me done. Love you guys. Guess I'm a movie channel now. Fuck it.